Staying up. I'm wilding out. I'm leaning in.
Hey guys, we have the Spice brand new Dream Uno H, which is one of their Android One devices, and by H they meaning that it has Hindi and some of the other Indian languages right out the box. So you can see it's a pretty compact box out there. This phone is supposed to be released today, and here you would see that the MRP is 7499, 7500, and the model number is MI498H. So you might get it for slightly cheaper online, or the eventual MOP could be slightly cheaper than the MRP noted here. You have some quick specs out. It's a small phone, 4.5-inch screen, KitKat, then there you see out of box Hindi language, 5 MP plus 2 MP cameras, then your sensors, and 1700 mAh battery. You see it has a 1.3 gig processor, 3G plus 3G, so both SIMs support 3G. You have 4 GB ROM, that is 4 GB internal storage, and 1 GB RAM, but of course it supports micro SD card. And then you have some other Spice in-house stuff. So we're gonna quickly go ahead and open this box. Cut the sticker out here, and then quickly take it off, and here you would see the device. And Android One devices are not that different actually. So this also looks pretty much the same. So we'll come back to that just in a bit. We'll see what else in the box. So you have the micro USB 2.0 cable, and then your earphones. They're not exactly in-ear types, and you have the call control and mic, but you do not have the volume control. Plus you have silver-plated audio jack, and then that I think is a 1 ampere. Yeah, it's a 1 ampere round 2-pin wall adapter. And then if we go here, do we find anything? Yeah, so you have your warranty card and service center guide, and then a quick start guide, and then you get a free screen guard out here. So that's about the content of the box. Satisfactory. As I told you just now, it's not very different looking than some of the other older Android One devices. You have an all plastic body. It's not very high quality plastic, but then that's just about enough for that price point. You have that 4.5-inch screen. It's not protected by any Gorilla Glass or such. Very glossy screen, so it would attract a lot of fingerprints. The back side has a very nice a rubber coating, so that it does not slip off from your hand when you're operating this device with one hand that easily. However, it will attract less fingerprints than the front, but if you have oily or greasy fingers there, so you were just testing it out, and then it shows up on the back out here. So you have the 2 MP front camera, you have a earpiece, and the sensors on top of the earpiece out here. Below you'll have the short keys out there, and then nothing much on the left side. Micro USB 2.0 port, and the mouthpiece and the hold to open the back flap. You can see volume rocker, power button, 3.5mm jack, 5 MP back camera. It's an autofocus camera accompanied by an LED flash, your Spice branding, Android One, there you see, and the speaker grill out there. You can open the back flap, of course, and it will reveal the removable lithium polymer 1700 mAh battery. You have slots for 2 micro SIM card. Both of them supports 3G. Then a micro SD card that supports up to 32 GB of storage, in addition to the already available 4 GB ROM. However, I can confirm that all your game data can straight away go to the SIM. You do not have to change any settings, so that's a good thing. If you have a 32 GB micro SD card, sorry, if you have a 32 GB micro SD card, then you can even install big games like Nova 3 and other Asphalt 8 and all, and a lot of games that we tested out here. So overall, it's a very cute looking device, cute conventional looking device, and it's not gonna slip off that easily, so good. The Dream Uno H has a fairly decent display actually, despite of being only about 480 by 782 pixels of resolution on a 4.5-inch screen. You also have about 240 ppi of color density, which is not quite enough. However, we see that it actually shows the saturation and hue quite properly on our color card. You can also go there, you can see, even if you zoom in to a decent level, really, it's a very big picture, so the device actually takes time to render it. Yeah, but you see the details are fairly there, and also the viewing angles are more than average, so they are decent, really. I can go to some of the other pictures like this, for example, and as you can zoom in, this is a much smaller picture than the other one. And then we have a video, you can check out how it plays this. So again, the viewing angle are not so nice on a night scene, but here now it becomes quite good, you see. Yep. So obviously it's an LCD screen, so viewing angles never gonna be that spectacular. But if I increase the brightness here, let's see, and things get much better. So overall, I would say an average screen, but for the price point it's pretty good. I actually liked the screen. So the Dream Uno H is powered by Android KitKat, and it's a default Android 1 of course, and raw Android ROM. So you have your quick function toggle bar there, you saw the notification bar, pretty much the standard apps that you would find on Android 1. We have installed these games for testing purposes, but apart from that, you'd mostly see the Google default Android apps for practically every tools. Like you have the Google Camera, you have Google Mail, there's Gmail, Fruit Ninja we've installed of course, and then you have Google Music, you have Google Photos out there, so Nova Tree we have installed, and System Info we have installed. But you also have some of the popular third-party apps like Archduck, for God's sake, and Hungama. You have let's say Sony Live and some other stuff, but not many bloatware, and the user interface looks pretty smooth and decent for everyday usage. However, when you play very demanding games and such, then the system lags a bit. Even if you have a lot of apps on the background, I've seen the system lagging just a bit thanks to the pretty entry-level MediaTek 6582 chipset, 1.3 gigahertz A7 processor, which is pretty old now, but they continue to put that in the entry-level devices out here. So you're gonna quickly check out some of the tools. So first you have the dialer, and if you have seen Android 1, you won't be surprised. It's nothing new for you, but for others, you can see you pretty much get the full-fledged Android KitKat experience. In fact, Android 1 is not a change in the operating system, it's the change in the approach. It's a concept, and it's not a different operating system, you should know that. Then we have we'll go to the settings first before anything. So you have your usual connection settings, and then storage. So storage is gonna be less because I've installed all those games and such, but you have roughly about 1.5 GB available out of 4 GB. But then you can see that out of 2.27 GB, I still have over 1 GB available, and all the game data went to my 8 GB memory card, and my 8 GB memory card I have only 3.49 GB now. So your game data can safely go to the memory card. Do not worry about big games, good things. So you can add these many accounts, your about phone, there's your 4.4.4, MI 498H. Now, most important thing, the USB of this device is in language and input. So you can just go ahead, and there now support for Indian languages, including Hindi. So I can just go out here, and Hindi would be somewhere. Let's say I select Hindi, and your keyboard and everything becomes Hindi. Now the good thing is that not only the keyboard, your UI elements, the default UI elements also become Hindi. There's your calendar, calculator, all are now in Hindi. However, some of the third-party apps you cannot change the language of that. Then so Asphalt 8 and BB Racing, and you see Chrome and Fruit Ninja, they remain the same. The same thing can be done. It can be changed to, let's say, Bangla or some of the other stuffs, but I'm just gonna change it back to English. So good Indian languages support for those people who would need this. And then let's check out the camera. So Google camera, so not default, so nothing much to show out here. You have good enough shootings and other stuff. There's a shooting mode, photo capture and panorama. Google camera's lens blur feature is one of the best, and you should check that out. You have resolution and quality and other stuff. Max 5 MP, mind you. So it's not exactly lag free, but it's pretty fast. Thank you, there are no skins on top of this. Yeah. And the photo and video quality are just about decent for a 5 MP camera. Under enough light you would see the details are missing, but you still have fairly uploadable photos to Facebook and Instagrams and such. The videos are also good, and the metering is not that great. It takes an average metering, so if you have dark objects filling up the frame, then the frame becomes quite dark. The videos are slightly on the softer side, but overall the saturation and hue on both images and videos are proper. Likewise, we also have Google Music. So the sound is loud enough via speaker. When you place this device on a flat surface, the sound gets obstructed just a bit, but not annoyingly. The bass is there. The treble is slightly less, I would say. It also digitally enhances some of the wavelengths. However, yeah, I have full volume and it does not seem to be crackling, which is a good thing. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna check out one of our videos that I've shown you.
From the universe? From the messenger. Oh, yeah, of course. Our greatest masters are disappearing. I fear this is the work of Lord Hand with unleashed.
The mid-range is slightly digitally enhanced. The vocals, you can see the vocals do not exactly sound like natural.
I fear this is the work of Lord Hand with unleashed a new kind of threat on our world.
It slightly sound like coming from a machine. Not much at all. If you do not hear very closely, you probably won't make out, but it is digitally enhanced because these are very, very small speakers. So to bring out such a loud sound, you have to digitally enhance some of the part. However, I absolutely love the loudness of the sound via the speaker. The sound via earphones gets even better, and I strongly suggest you use one of the more premium headphones, some of the third-party premium headphones, and that gives great results. You have Chrome as the default browser, so of course it's a very, very good browser. 497 out of 555. That's an incredible score, and I'm just gonna show you the comparison and see. You would see that it scores right on the top. Out of mobile, if I go to all browser, 497 only comes in Tizen, so 497, this one is very, very good. And Chrome, of course, it has great HTML5 support, and it also has great WebKit support and some of the other usual stuff. So I'm not going to go too deep into it. It also renders web pages perfectly, does not support Flash out of the box, and blah and blah. So that's the user interface more or less. I really like the stock Android feel out there. It's not as smooth and as feathery and as fast as the Nexus devices, of course, because the Nexus device cost about 3 to 4 times than this. But for most people, even on budget, this is as close as you can get to a stock Android experience, and I really, really like it. I really, really like the way ahead for Android One. So then, should you get the Spice Dream Uno Edge well, if you want a stock Android experience and you do not want the Moto E for its fixed focus camera, then definitely Dream Uno H makes sense. You also have other Android One devices which were released on August 15 in India. You have those Carbon devices, Micromax devices, even Spices One. This one is a later device and it's not much different from those three devices I told you. The main thing of this device is that it supports Hindi and some of the other Indian languages right out the box, and not only to the keyboard, to the UI level as well, which is good thing. The 5MP camera is, well, just about average, but at least it has an autofocus. And at this price point, its main competitors apart from Android ones would be the Honor Holly, which is nowhere to be found right now, and the Moto E. The Moto E is much smoother and faster user interface. That's a pure Android experience. Even this one, but due to, I think, the RAM and the processor combination, it's slightly slower than the Moto E, but still I think I would give this one more marks than the Moto E, mainly because of that autofocus thing. You really need that on a camera. And Honor Holly definitely is better than this one. If it was available, I would have definitely recommended. If you can get the Honor Holly, I think you should go for the Honor Holly. That's really good device, and better than this one. Among the Android ones, I cannot really suggest anything very clearly, but as I told you, this guy supports Hindi and some of the other Indian languages right out of the box. So if that's one of your criteria, if you wanted an Indian language, your own language to be on the UI level as well, then I think this guy makes a really good statement. Overall, I like the device. It's very nice, cute looking device. However, 7,500, it could be about 7,000 maybe. At 7,000, you also have the Redmi 1S, which is gonna be discontinued. You have pretty strong phones right now, and this guy will really have to try hard to stand above those. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to this phone, and I'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe to our channel for more such awesome content. We also have a Facebook group where you can go and ask anything tech related, and the community should be there to help you out. So please go ahead and join that. I have given the link in the description. Thanks.